kind of a big deal. Only guests may go. This is a hotel. They can sell lockets in your spare time. Okay. Rare game you can help bring your Pokemon to new heights. Okay, alright. Drug. Was it the place I fought the guy? No. And that makes sense. If your building plan is a man at the desk to help guard the sheep. Building plans. Upgrade our living from the berries over there to the right. This building plan is dropped, right? Let's discuss that later. Can I upgrade my gym maybe? I'm really glad to see you came. Guess I better tell you what you need to know. Please have a seat. First of all, you know gym leaders do not use Pokemon that don't share type. Their gym, however, there is a caveat. You can use a maximum of 2 Pokemon that do not share type with gym. You have to know your gym's signature move, though. Oh. Okay, keep people happy, your Pokemon's strong. Okay, that's interesting. I can put my money into helping improve the city by erecting buildings. Nice. Talk to the man at the desk for the plans that you can help you invest. Finally, you can recruit people to join your gym as gym trainers. Check your mailbox to see how anyone can apply. I gotta hire some gym trainers, Chad. I need some lackeys. This choice would definitely get people looking away. Your reputation will grow fast with stronger trainers who visit your gym later on. Yeah, let's get them. Yeah, let's attract all these douchebag trainers trying to impress her. Good morning, Pooh. Now that you're situated, allow me to introduce the gym trainers that previously worked. I'm Jimmy. She is my sister, Sandy. We'll give it our all and give you our all as well. Gym trainers are a vital part to any gym. I recommend checking your mailbox often. Any you head out. While at the gym, you are tasked with facing trainers for the duration of your hours. Take down each one whoever beats you gets a badge. If there are too many losses, will force you to give up the position. Don't be forced to open the gym every day, however. When the gym opens and closes, it's up to you. Don't stay away too long. Sell the job. Just walk to the gym if your team is ordered to get the day. Since you're just starting out, your team needs to have exactly 3 Pokemon before starting the day, if or less. I think I can stop keeping this smile up. Better keep it up. We don't want you lazing around like the last gym leader. Look, nothing personal against you. She said the last gym leader really loved this place. It was a shame too. He was so kind the first few months was here. The gym leader just stopped caring one day. Most of the other gym trainers left, and everyone in the same position to keep them. Jeez. I don't want to get kicked out. If I sell gym merch to raise money, Sandshrew isn't going to help us. I don't think we can use the Sandshrew. The name of this hack is this gym of mine. Is this Smart Ghost? I don't think it is. I gotta go kill.
Right, I guess I should do that quest.
So as long as they can learn Shadow Ball, we're good. You can overcome more rules an hour, or do you better wish you luck? Aron's not Ghost.
I can get these 2. Right, all I gotta do is go to the very bottom floor and start murdering.
Just catching anything in the
Time for revenge.
I give him a Shadow Ball. Bad. Can you learn Shadow Ball, Aron? You can change your gym type each run. If 5 equals 649 and 1 equals 151, what does 2 equal?
Yeah.
251.
See ya.
I don't know why that was.
Just murdering all the bosses seems like a good idea. I'm not sure if enough time has passed, or maybe they force them to respawn when you accept the quest.
Easy. Where am I? Who am I? You asked me to go. What is happening? I'm such a cheater.
I'm sure a few of the confident guilds decided to go boss hunting as well rather than going for mooks.
Come on. So we only need 3 Pokemon in our
Some more efficient use of their time.
Let's go. Alright, so let's catch that sword thing. And I think we actually kind of like feeling pretty good about our creeping here. Creeping darkness, the walls may growing stronger as the time passes by. I don't even think these are riddles. 1,000 arms weaving together for something spectacular, something no one can live without. Yep. I need that.
Check this out.
Okay, yep. It's really just you have a 1 out of 3 chance. Then you get it the 3rd time. Every time.
Easy 5 points.
That's the goal. Bag. Pokeball. I gotta catch you. I have to catch you. I need you. Alright, I already feel like my team is super gangster. Can you believe the sword Pokemon was using competitive for a while? I was successful. I asked to be one of your gym trainers. Accept him as a gym trainer? Yes.
How do they keep track of the kills?
Ken. Yo, let's go, Ken. Do I need to put away my other 3 Pokemon? Let's go be gym leader. Yeah, let's go gym leader right now. Yeah, let's start the day. I have too many Pokemon in your party. Okay, that answered my question. I don't think the game cares if I catch them all at all. I just want to catch all the strong goods. Oh, let's go. I'll show you what I've got. Wait, where's my henchman? You were challenged by Last Ellen. Very flat. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, honey. Honey.
Just killing 2 Mudlurkers was enough. But I'm not satisfied with just being accepted as a preliminary. I'm aiming for 1st place this time. Ain't nothing gonna stop me.
What else we got? Shadow Sneak. Yeah. Half. No, no. My reputation went up by 10. Alright, let's go. Oh, the ineffective button. Oh, Voltorb? What do you got? Oh shit, you're way stronger. You're way stronger. What are we gonna do here? It's just a rough lane. It's a rough lane. Yeah. Do you enjoy this run? Did you play this? Drifloon kills kids? I thought he kidnapped kids. Reputation went up by 30. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Who are you? How many people are coming in here? Scientist Gladstone sent out Aaron. He is hard. I was already hard. Okay, well played, you there. 30, let's go. How many fights are we going through? Legend. This is the gym leader life. This is what gym leaders go through. What are my guys doing that they're getting beat by level 3 Pokemon? Seem to be all the trainers that are coming through today. It's time to close up the gym. Either head straight home or go to the break room. Sometimes your gym trainers will gather together to sort of them items as well as to check out your accounts. Hey, Boo, are you doing good out there? Looking for a quick chat? You can talk to the gym
Come
trainers.
at me!
Talk to you about. Today.
That was my best impression of Hamill from Mary Skelter. Come at me! I'm here.
Get some rest. Okay. Alright. Well, I did some training. Good stuff. Chat, we just kicked the fucking shit
shit out of everything. You advance today, you gain some revenue from the trophy you get depending on what building you have in place. Keep a good balance and should expect a good bit of revenue. How much are the building plans? $10,000! Yeah, dude, that's the price of a rare candy. I think we want to get buildings so quickly, right? We get buildings quicker. That'll give us more money. We have to beat up a lot of children to afford that? Yeah. Happens if we lose too many battles, we get fired. Bugcatcher Carlos wants to apply? Yeah, let's let Carlos apply. Yeah, sure. Wait, is there a reason I can't just let everyone? Just wondering if you could join your gym. You know, it's everybody would like to sign up. Okay, Jacob wants to apply. Sure. Yeah, apply. We're just hiring everyone now. Jacob got a little creepy with his application, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Start right last. Didn't I just fight you yesterday? Didn't I literally kick your ass yesterday? Why are you coming back? Leave my gym! What badge do I give if someone beats me? No one's gonna ever beat me. Never gonna lose. I'm the greatest gym leader that's ever existed. Is this the same group of shitty children that we had yesterday? I was deciding to give out a badge and be the new badge. You happy little bear. Type gym, it's a term. A belt? Yeah, I would like a belt. I mean, I just think championship belts I don't think trophies should ever be a thing, and championship belts shouldn't be the only thing. What happened after the second gen? It's hard to come up with 150 new fantasy creatures. And you know what? I don't think the original 150 is full of a ton of great ones. A lot of the original 150 are just Pidgeys and Rattatas. I agree. Painter Anna, show them what you got, Pooh. Oh yeah, I kicked the shit out of them. Right, how do they get past you, Ken? Ken, how do they get past you? Oh hey, Pooh, no, I wasn't looking at the gym. Jacob, I kicked the shit out of them. Right, how do they get past you, Ken? Ken, how do they get past you? Oh hey, Pooh, no, I wasn't looking at the gym. Jacob, I don't have HR yet. I invited him, I knew what he was like. Someone's at the door. Mayor Dalton wanted to ask me to come by the town.
Wow.
So glad you meet me here. It seems you've already caused quite
Teotra, excuse me? Jeez, calm down.
You better believe it. Oh, I got a fan girl. Are you sure about that? I don't think spirits are high in the city. Elizabeth, what brings you here? You know exactly why. You think I'm gonna let another gym leader waltz in here and not test them? Especially after the last one? Judges with swords. Are you kidding me? The last one might as well have been worn a cloak because he didn't really know them all. Go ahead, know what that means. You have to excuse Elizabeth, she's the best trainer in town. She put a lot of faith in the last gym leader. Why didn't you guys hire her? Why'd you hire me? She's great. For the item bank, we store items and less fortunate folks might
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Shit, can I spare a potion? Sure. Lending you a heart scale, right? My reputation went up by 100? Damn! That was worth it, actually. I just ran with yourself. Are you Jacob?
What do you think you're doing?
I'm Jacob. You think it's interesting that Pokemon can only say their own names? Detective Pikachu can say whatever the fuck he wants. What are you talking about? These rocks seem to form an interesting shape. Pokemon eat
It
other
appears
Pokemon.
my vines did not come off.
I would assume yes. I mean, we eat other Pokemon. Are there regular animals in the Pokemon universe? That I don't know either. Like, are all animals just considered Pokemon? Regular animals went extinct. Pretty fucked up world. I'm pretty sure it's so war torn. Alright, you better not hold back your own. I think it's such a war-torn area in the Pokemon world that they allow people to fight with animals as like a way to stop them from doing war. It's basically like they're purged. I feel like it's more purging than we're willing to give away. The economy's messed up. Well, gambling's clearly super legal as well.
It isn't anymore past fly rapidly
We're all
free.
okay with Professor Oak banging our mom. How does the Pokedex work? Like, it seems like to me they have all that information in the Pokedex already. He doesn't need him to fill out his Pokedex. I feel like it's already there. I don't think I completely trust you yet. Well, my city brought away the second time. But I think that's something else that's pretty fucked up. Like, you know how many Pokemon are just sitting in a fucking, in the cloud? Just hanging out? That doesn't seem right. You were elevated to Gym Leader rank 1, let's go! What happens if the servers go down? All those Pokemon die at $5,000. So I can destroy a building, but I couldn't build a building. Jacob, you goddamn creep. I borrowed my sister's Pokemon for this. That what? Get the fuck out of here, Camper Davey. Oh, okay, Carolinas. Pokemon. Shit. Shit. I don't like
Keep them
this.
coming.
If Pokemon die, do they bury them or eat them? They don't die, they just touch them. Oh, 2 levels. Yeah, right. What level does Drifloon evolve? It's like 30 something. Davey, I didn't realize Davey was holding all these really good Pokemon here. Oh no, am I gonna get fired? Dude, they leveled
Looks
up
like
quick.
beating up bosses
Yeah, these
is a really
trainers.
effective
I don't
strategy.
know what happened today with these trainers, but they rough. These trainers are rough. Ugh. No, I don't know. I can't do it anymore. No. Oh god, we're gonna give away a badge here today. Oh wait, did we heal? Oh, we healed. Oh, we get to heal? Never mind. Gym Leader wins, bitch. Get out of here, hiker. I can only have ghost.
Take a
Pokemon
hike.
because I'm a ghost. We're beating up some kids. Dude, I haven't given out one fucking badge yet. Jacob used Crush Girl Kim wants to apply? Yeah, absolutely. Let's let Kim in. $8,000. We have a strict accept all the girls in our gym policy. You need to have a nice, diverse gym. That's not how Onyx. When did Onyx become a fucking weed pipe? I'm glad that wasn't like a commonly known Onyx chat, because I would have been like, what? I was like, what the fuck is happening here? You have to hand out a badge if you're just seated outside of a gym. I don't. That's a good question. I don't know the laws of Pokemon. If a gym leader loses, do they just have to hand out the badge? Doesn't it have to be in? I would assume it would have to be in.
The accuracy only just gets lower.
No, I didn't lose reputation. Why would I lose reputation? Yeah. That'd be an unsanctioned method. Is that real? Building plans 1, a blueprint for a normal building. A rather unique building? Yes. That's what I would like. What up, my dude? We're building it right here. Yep. We don't have any plans set? I do have some plans. Oh, would you like to use these interesting city plans? Yes. Get to work. Ooh. Fancy. I can't go in it. That's actually a little disappointing. I wonder if I can upgrade my gym, you know? Camper Jacob. Wait. I thought Jacob was my... What the fuck? I thought Jacob was my... What's going on here, Jacob? Brett. I know. He's just trying to promote himself to flex and show off for his girlfriend. Maybe Jacob's living out of his car now? Listen, he should have taken this internship. This wasn't here for his life. I know, I want to see what happens if you lose, but also, I'm not going to let any of these bitches beat me. That'd be kind of funny if, like, Ash is one of them. Just comes in and it's like, gnarly Pikachu, gnarly Charizard. Alright. Oh, hey, Crush Girl Kim. Give them everything you got and then some. You damn straight. Mixing the words. Not in. So they don't ever do anything. I don't know what they're doing in the ring. It seems like they're just waiting for me to come in so they can kiss my ass. Fancy. Whoa, who are you? Roly Coley? Never heard of that one. So, many random fights. Whoa, what are you doing here? Get out. Oh shit, Buff Riders.
Let me get the cow to level 3. I want 3 hits. And then I'll get sacrificed to level 3 next time.
We're about to die. We're about to die. Oh, super potion. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god. We're about to lose some reputation. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. You have no more Pokemon that can fight. You lost against Rough Riders. Kate, oh god, you blacked out. Scoured back to the Pokemon Center. Protect the very close Pokemon. Nobody heard about that? Nobody heard about anything? No, no, we're good, we're good. Yeah, we're fine, nothing bad happened. It's all just fine. Oh shit, oh shit, oh no, oh god. This is bad. Oh no, I don't know what happened. Today got really hard though. That's fine, we'll let him fade. We'll put in our Drift Blue.
Right, I need to ice some bitches here.
Why do you have super potions?
Not you guys.
I don't have super potions, Chad. I just got words. They said bringing only one Pokemon was a. Oh my god, he is on a Kaizo Ironmon run! I got wrecked. How did they all get so strong?
Here we
Did
go.
they pull all those random encounters you skipped? No! No! Oh my god. Actually, we're fine. You just lost 2 badges, that's fine. Oh fuck. Said I'd smash Dragonair?
Damn, 35 is a lot of TP to recover.
Okay. Oh, it did. Wow. Damn, fuck. I was hoping I could kill it and then heal on the next one, but that was a bad idea. Okay, alright. Big experience. Go all the way to 18, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, okay. This is gonna be fine.
Why do I have normal Amritas? Get rid of those cringe.
Not fine. letting these kids in today? Who are letting these kids in? And the gym badge too? Give them everything you've got and then some? Let's not talk about what happened today. Yeah. You don't look good with a frown. Hey, Gym Trainer's gonna trade today. Want to join in? Oh no! Oh no! 12 days since you started as a gym leader? Oh, it's jeez, man. Do I know the secret of Porygon? What's the secret of Porygon? What do you mean? Pory gonna lick my nuts? 10 minutes for that one. Think about what you're doing with your life. That's fun. You got what it takes.
Bam!
Oh, fuck. I think something happened. I think skipping that one day might have really fucked us, chat. I know I have potions, but I'm getting... There's no point using a potion when you're about to get one shot. Was the day they were handing out free levels of guns. Just got here, what's the goal? To defend my gym's honor.
Yeah, the bigger bucks. I should be using that.
With the cannon fodder, like more gyms do. Well, I have one Pokemon who's just falling deeply behind my others to break it up, you know? Oh, shit.
I believe it's quite obvious who I should give these to.
Yeah, we're gonna let him fade. Yeah, why does he have X items, by the way, though? How is that fair?
Come on. There's nothing that uses vitality. Vitality just affects your health.
What a bitch move, man. Spent 5 days trading? Well, you just got your ass kicked. Is it you again? Did I not just fight you? Did I not just fight you? What are you doing? I literally just fought you. How did you get back in? That's not how this works. That is absolutely not how this works. Crusher Ironbond run? Did she just use a save state? She's brute forcing the gym. Yeah, she's just like me as a kid. Okay. Keep blowing me away. Keep up the pace and we just might have to make the city bigger. I got word from the Pokemon League that you're due for an increase in rank. Here you are. Kind of an issue with how this dunce is ruining the show. Why don't you take a step back and let us hold down the fort? Alright, Goons, let's go, Goons.
Alright, so no one respawned. Which
Yeah,
kinda
it's a
sucks.
free game on the interwebs.
There's at least still one boss left for me to murder.
Why are you so
Let's
strong?
do that. In the higher floor, but that guy shows up in the lower floors already. So same enemy, but more points.
Gust.
Epic.
Why do you have Aerial Ace? Why do you have Aerial Ace? In what world would you have Aerial Ace? Oh fuck! Oh my god, chat! I like those beats. Did anyone teach them how to act? I'm sorry for that, Pooh. I'll leave it alone now. It's do as you please. This place is your canvas, plenty of spaces to build anything you wish. However, there are also 3 buildings you can place here: the museum, factory, and landmark. What? Whoa! I didn't know there was more in here. Wow. Hello, Gym Leader. Might I be in resistance? Did you think I'd recommend a Neo building or a factory to help revenue forecast? You're looking at a total of 500 with the current. Nothing. Starter Park isn't ready just yet. There's more. God damn it! I love making a city go bigger. I'm gonna get fired pretty soon. Well, I kind of want to see what happens when you get fired. You know?
Ian needs more skills. She gets reduced TP for everything, but I don't do anything with it. She technically has as much TP as Teosra. But she's an auto attack bot. Okay, this looks like a good job for... How much more do I need? Unless I've already got to the top. Might be better to go to the lower floors. I have no idea how to get the bosses there to... No. My win is guaranteed. So let's get the hell out of here. I'm sick and tired of this. Damn. Damn. I couldn't skip that. Hell yeah, just clutching it by a few points.
This video was brought to you by Magic Spoon. My friends, I'm having an issue. I'm finding it increasingly difficult to get through my day without having at least one bowl of Magic Spoon cereal. I genuinely can't get enough of this stuff. And here's the thing, Magic Spoon is super tasty, just like the sugary cereals I used to eat. But it's got 0 grams of sugar and only 4 to 5 net grams of carbs. Even more, it is packed with protein with 13 to 14 grams per serving. It's also gluten-free, grain-free, and has no artificial colors or sweeteners. Magic Spoon not only hits the spot as a sweet, delicious snack, but it's something I can genuinely feel good about eating. And so, I do eat it. Kind of a lot. If you want to try out a variety pack of Magic Spoon, hit the link down in the description. Use the code ARLO, or simply head to magicspoon.com/ARLO, or scan this handy QR code and you will get $5 off your order. Just be warned, you might get hooked. Terrifying. It's E3 2012. Nintendo is gearing up to launch the Wii U in the upcoming holiday season. We're in that crazy fun pre-launch hype season, and they're showing us all the games that we'll be playing on our Wii U's. They've revealed Pikmin 3, so naturally I'm riding pretty high. That was enough for me. But 2D Mario fans are in for a treat as well, because new Super Mario Bros. U is revealed as a launch title. This is exciting, because it feels like a chance for Mario to really do something interesting in this shiny new era of HD Nintendo games. See, the new Super Mario Bros. Games had been really well received up to that point, but it seemed that most people were hoping for some kind of new development. The first game was very by-the-numbers Mario, but that was okay because it was the first new 2D Mario in ages. Then Nintendo gave us new Super Mario Bros. Wii, which was pretty much the same thing, but with multiplayer. Then, hey, multiplayer Mario, that was new. That was a thing that had not really existed up to that point, so okay, we can work with that. But then they gave us the confusingly titled New Super Mario Bros. 2, not 3, really did make the Wii one feel even more like the same thing but multiplayer. But whatever. And 2, as it turned out, was pretty much the same thing, except you get a bunch of coins. They don't do anything, but coins. None of these games were bad, but I could tell that everyone was ready for a new Super Mario Brothers game that actually felt new. I mean, for a series with new in the title, it was starting to feel like the oldest fashioned series Nintendo had. And that was why, when Nintendo revealed their new Wii U Mario game, all eyes were on this level right here. Painted Swampland. It featured a beautiful painterly background, clearly inspired by Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night. Even the foreground elements looked like they were painted. The whole thing was just beautiful, and this right here, this was something new. This was a level of artistic flair that we had never seen in a 2D Mario. And everybody wondered if this right here was a good sign, if this was a sign of the creativity we would see on display in the full game. Then the game came out, and it turned out this new Super Mario Brothers game was the same thing again, except with a little sibling mode and a squirrel suit. And it turned out that level, nah, that was it. That was it! The art style was only used for that one single level, and no other level featured anything even almost as beautiful or unique. That Painted Swampland was a one-and-done anomaly, and it was baffling. That was over 10 years ago, and yet this whole time, Painted Swampland has been very emblematic of an issue we have seen Mario struggle with. Sometimes Mario games exhibit incredible creativity, both mechanically and visually, but all too often, Nintendo seems to fall back on this idea that Mario's nostalgia factor is so important that they shouldn't be too creative or they'll risk alienating some fans. They feel that Mario needs to maintain a certain simple purity. You know, the world of Mario should act as a snapshot of the first handful of games and not introduce too many new elements. And sometimes I get where they're coming from. Super Nintendo World is largely one of those snapshots. You won't find any obscure fan-favorite characters here. This is Mario, Yoshi, Toads, Koopas, Warp Pipes, coins, you know, that kind of stuff. And this makes sense. This place is a celebration of Mario. You want everyone who walks in to be able to connect with the imagery, you know? This is Mario at its most basic. But when this basic, classic snapshot Mario keeps finding its way into games, that's when it's harder to take. Of course, there are the 4 nearly identical new Super Mario Brothers games, which seemed all the more plain when other developers were making truly beautiful and innovative platformers, some of which were on the very same systems Mario was on. But then, I know it's a bit of a controversial opinion, but Super Mario 3D World feels to me like another pretty good example of Mario being way too plain. It's a great game, and I've come to like it quite a lot more over the years, but going from sun-baked Isle Delfino with its tropical vibes, its bustling city filled with interesting races and loads of interplay between gobs of splashing water and mud and colorful goop, going from that to stinking space with its countless surreal planets, bizarre gravity-shifting mechanics, strange little star spirit people and space bunnies, its fairy tale story and its grandiose orchestral score, to go from that to cat soup, Bowser in a car. I couldn't help but feel disappointed. 3D World just doesn't have a super strong identity. It's not as plain as new Super Mario Brothers games, but it's not too far off. Then, of course, we've got the biggest offender. Poor little Paper Mario. Someone at Nintendo, we don't know exactly who, decided that Paper Mario had to be the ultimate snapshot. According to an interview with producer Kensuke Tanabe, the developers had to work under a set of rules enforced by some mysterious department of Nintendo. These were literal rules dictating that only classic Mario races were allowed. There was a hard limit on how much they could be visually altered, and new elements and characters had to come from so far outside the Mario universe that they didn't really fit. Developing or expanding upon classic Mario stuff was against the rules. This was all disturbing to learn. And it was particularly disturbing to me as someone who dearly loved the first few Paper Mario games precisely because of how creative they were. I liked them because they were so weird and interesting. And yet, it seemed that Nintendo didn't like that. They thought that was literally a bad thing. It seemed that, at least in some cases, Mario being bland was literally mandated. But while this was disturbing, it was also confusing. In the very first year of the Switch's life, we got Super Mario Odyssey, which seemed to break a lot of these weird rules. It was filled with fun and interesting races. Mario could ditch his classic outfit for a number of silly costumes. The game was bursting with creativity. And if a mainline Mario game was allowed to be creative, why wasn't everything? I feel like any mainline Mario game should set the standard of what is possible. And then over the years, we've had other cases of Nintendo seeming to break their own rules. For a long time, it felt like Mario Strikers was another anomaly they were never going to repeat. It was so different from every other Mario game on a visual level, and then it also had this whole, edgier attitude thing to it. I wouldn't have been surprised if Nintendo never returned to the series. But, lo and behold, they did! The Switch has had lots of interesting looking and feeling Mario titles. Bowser's Fury is another good example. It was built off of 3D World, and yet it was so much more visually interesting, so much more creative and weird. It had its own unique identity that set it apart. But the dreaded Mario blandness still persisted. It lurked like a beast in the shadows. It was something that haunted certain series, something that could pop up and attack at any time. And hey, maybe bland is a bit of a harsh word, but it feels fitting to me. Classic Snapshot Mario is nice, but it's bland. It's a flavorless version of Mario. It's by the numbers. It's Mario's bones without anything to flesh it out. Paper Mario did end up getting less and less bland with each title, and that was good. But what about 2D Mario? Nintendo was taking their sweet time giving us a new one. We knew the day would eventually come, but when it did, would we get another new title? And more importantly, would it be bland? Even after waiting for so long, would it end up being just as bland as the others? I shudder to think. But then one day, something incredible happened. Something wonderful, if you will. Nintendo revealed Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And this is not bland. In fact, it is the opposite of bland. This is a Mario game that seems to be going out of its way to make Mario interesting again. It's trying so hard to not just be another new title. The whole thing is one big constant stream of fun visuals and surprising mechanics. Weirder than anything though, Mario and his friends are now stylized. They have a look to them that is entirely unique to this game. And that might not seem like a big deal, but if you've been following Mario and all his weird creative limitations, you will know that how characters look means everything. And not even just with Mario, but any big media franchise. Characters have got to follow a very strict visual, quote-unquote, Bible. Consistency is very, very important. Mario's 2D games have been so bland for so long that seeing this new take on Mario in a 2D game, of all things, that's a big deal. I mean, nothing is more Mario than 2D Mario. Nothing is more pure, more sacred. And that is why I think Nintendo was so hesitant to do anything really interesting with it for such a long time. But here you go. It's happening. This is a new 2D Mario, and it is stylish and interesting. The reveal of Mario Wonder already pushed me to make this exact video, but I kept putting it off for one reason or another. It's just kind of slip through the cracks sometimes, and boy, am I glad that I did put it off. Because the most recent Direct gave us another chapter in this saga. And if 2D Mario and Paper Mario were the two series most affected by this curse of blandness, it was now the latter's turn to break free from the curse. The ability to play Thousand Year Door on modern hardware is huge. Not having to pay exorbitant second-hand prices, having the convenience of playing on Switch, the fancy new graphics, that's all amazing. But Thousand Year Door getting remade is so much more than just us getting a cool game. Nintendo not only acknowledging the game, but actually actually selling us a new version of it is one of the biggest developments, if not the biggest development, we have ever seen in the realm of Mario and creativity. Origami King taught us that Paper Mario has to follow all these rules, but Thousand Year Door breaks every single one of those rules. It's filled with weird new races that don't belong in any other Mario game, and classic Mario races that are visually altered in loads of ways and even given names. It is everything Paper Mario has not been allowed to be for a decade. One could definitely argue that Super Mario RPG is kind of the same, though part of me wondered if they thought maybe that didn't quite count because it was such an old game, if that makes sense. You know, like, oh, it's a classic, it was on Super NES. That's different. It's not part of a series that's still going. It was still a really big deal, and it definitely played into this eventual video, but I didn't know if its existence necessarily meant anything or if it was just kind of a one-and-done deal, you know? But both Mario RPG and Thousand Year Door, though? No, that ain't random. That ain't just some simple remakes to help pad out the schedule. If Nintendo is willing to give us this game again, I can't help but wonder if this is a rare exception to the rules, or if maybe, just maybe, the rules are getting chucked in the trash, where they belong! Get out of here, rules! Both Thousand Year Door and Mario Wonder really paint a brighter future for Mario. The curse of blandness might truly be a thing of the past. We can't be sure, of course. Nintendo seems to confusingly change their philosophies from title to title. You never know what they're gonna do. I mean, heck, Paper Mario had these rules in 2020, but like, they don't now? Is that them being more creatively flexible, or is that them just being inconsistent? But I'm trying to hold out hope that things just might be different now. Things move slowly at big companies like Nintendo. You know, attitudes, they slowly shift. I think the GameCube era saw Nintendo experimenting a lot. There were clearly zero rules. Developers had way more creative leeway. Then Nintendo decided to tighten things up. You know, try to preserve Mario in the way that Disney might preserve Mickey Mouse. And the Wii was such a big success, and they were trying so hard to be a household brand name, and I think they just went a little too far with it. We had a period of time where some Mario titles were plenty creative, but too many were bland. But the Switch itself has been a very interesting time for Nintendo. We saw their attitudes shift going into the generation, and I think they continue to shift throughout the life of the system. I like to think that what we're seeing now is a balancing of the two halves of Mario. The one half that wants to be safe and nostalgic and approachable, and the half that wants to be creative and experimental and interesting. They're finally finding that sweet spot. I mean, I feel Super Mario Odyssey in particular struck a perfect balance. Nothing so weird that it didn't feel like a Mario game, but just enough creativity and story stuff to be engaging. It proved that you can indeed have your cake and eat it too. But what about you? Do you think that Mario's curse of blandness has finally been broken? Do games like Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Thousand Year Door signal a massive shift in Mario's creative capabilities? Was there never really any sort of mandate one way or the other, and it's always just been a case-by-case kind of thing, and I'm looking way too deep into things? Please let me know how you feel down in the comments. Also, let me know what you use to spice up your Mario games when they're a little too bland.
Yeah, you
I'm
forgot about the
pepper and
Twitch.
buffalo mayonnaise kind of guy myself.
Sunshine here, and welcome to our first episode of our brand new Let's Play Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards. So, let's watch this opening cutscene.
Straight from the emulator from Switch. I didn't know Switch Online had 64. 20 views. Oh. How nice of YouTube to recommend the occasional low subscriber YouTuber. I'll watch this later on my own.
And these are my 5 friends who want to take me down. Look, I have played tons of Stumble Guys. Like a lot. So thanks to Stumble Guys for justifying my lack of self-control by sponsoring this video and challenging me and trying to win while all of my friends do everything in their power to stop me.
Oh, we have 2 Stumble AIs added to the game. Okay, that was not part of the plan.
I have a gun! I have a gun too! I have a gun! What does that mean?
Okay, good.
Wait!
I'm
Apparently these guys are immediately just normal enemies now.
Oh, wait, no, it's back. We're still back.
I never realized.
Easy cannot aim for shit, is what I've just learned.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry!
Oh no, I got mad points right here. I see you. Nice try. Nice try.
Wait,
I got him.
where is he?
No, I got you. Oh, that's fine. Look, I mean, I'm focused on collecting coins, because that's how you really need to stop me in first place.
Oh fuck, I fell. I'm in third.
Guys, which skin is Jacob?
Jacob's phenomenal. Jacob, get out of here!
See him because, like, he'll turn into the beach ball.
Oh, eliminated.
Ooh. So you guys are weaker going into this. Okay, wait, this is not fair. This one is not fair.
Yeah, Izzy, you gotta throw. Izzy, you gotta.
Izzy, you gotta play your heart out.
Izzy, you can hit him in for us too.
Oh, I can't?
Okay, guys, I do not think this game is ever going to be possible. I will say it's closer than it should be.
Yeah, I lost that one, but I have all day and tons of other minigames I can play to eventually win just once in. All I need to do is win 3 minigames in a row and my 5 friends lose. And there are multiple incredible maps, sure, but also a shocking amount of collaborations like Hot Wheels, Barbie, Nerf, the NFL, Mr. Beast, and their newest one, the Smurfs. If you play today, you can get some of these new exclusive skins and make sure to use my creator code ALPHARAD to support the channel at the Stumble Guys shop and watch the fun wheel spin. So be sure to click the link in my description and anyways, it's on to the next round. Oh my god, okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is
Yeah, let's just keep moving on.
Okay,
I like this map.
Yeah, this is a good map. I like this.
I'll see you all at the end. I don't think you can hold me back on this one.
Oh wow. See, you're right. This is like the worst I've ever done with this map.
I'd love to hear that.
I'm with the AI. I am right next to the AI.
I cannot relate. Literally cannot relate over here.
Literally can't relate it.
Okay, so how long is it gonna take you? What do you? Oh, you're banned. See now.
Hey, buddy.
No,
Hey, what's
I was
up?
pressing the wrong button.
We want to play this game?
No!
No, okay. I just the sound of me getting
Nothing,
hit was
wasn't paying
hilarious.
attention.
Ooh, okay, not a good start.
Oh wow, that.
I only use this smack.
Oh my god, it's too easy. It's too easy.
How do I? Oh! Guys, I didn't know how to. Guys, I didn't know how to.
No, I was right there.
And then there were 3.
Ow.
That was 3.
3 people on Honey Drop is a little crazy. Oh, and hello.
I'm gonna go get
Hello.
If you guys leave me up here, it's your crew.
Hayden, I got an idea.
Oh my god, okay, let's take this nice and slow. Oh my god, I'm taking this nice and slow.
I have to wear him out. I have to win the war of attrition down here.
Make a little hole so when he does fall,
No, I
he's gone. Okay, but.
What?
But.
And it's been boiled
The whole plan has been dismantled just like that.
This fella plays this game.
I'm back. Oh my god, look at all this land. Look at all this land up here.
I'm
Fans!
Hey, you might as well just get rid of the bottom and like hop to the top. Please!
guys.
I wanted it.
Wait,
Did that work?
yeah, we got it. Let's go.
Alright, now I'm warmed up. Now I'm gonna win.
Yeah?
I'm even colder than before. Okay.
Oh, mom, that'll let that.
Oh, I have not played on this variation of the map.
Oh yeah, the bombs do change things a little bit. But my skin still works. I still got the one.
No, I got the bus skip.
I was gonna say I've never played this and I
Oh,
got
I
the
saw
skin.
that.
No, that was brutal. I was hoping you didn't.
I tried to.
Okay, here we go.
Ah, you asshole. Okay, so the 6 must still move on.
Oh my god, no.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip over the other team game.
Alright, Mr. Beast's warehouse. This is a race though. It's pretty long though. I don't think that you're all Mr. Beast. I feel like I always have a strong round 1, but it's really hard to hold that momentum against people who are plotting your downfall.
Yo, it's supposed to be like his chocolate bars.
Yeah, this is the Willy Wonka. Oh my god, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that.
I saw all that.
Yeah, you were also struggling back there.
Who's it first?
You still qualified because you couldn't hold me back?
I don't really know how to count.
I don't think you played this game with 6 shooters on you.
I
Well, 6
can't.
shooters and 60. Okay, one less challenger for me.
We have AI number 37. I'm jiggle beaking.
Alright, we gotta calm. Where's Jacob? Where's Jacob? That's all he has to do is hide.
Name them. It's like, I want to get
Hey, wait, where did you come from, Jacob?
I'm trying to pick him off.
No.
Oh, there's Jacob. Found him.
I practice every day in aim labs for this.
Wow, Valorant saved me.
The first person to ever say that. It goes straight.
And I lost, and the whole game's over.
Balls on my face, bro.
Yeah, I can't relate all the way up here. Hey,
Shove a heart.
Oh my god, we saw that. I'm sorry, we all saw that.
Shut up.
Did you? I'll make it through. No, hey, what's up? What's good? What's good, everyone?
Hey, the board needs to console you, Jacob.
Oh my god, you can't. You can't catch me. Nice try. We got jukes. Oh, we got jukes.
Wait, I qualified.
It's all up to you.
It is.
Oh.
Okay, relax.
You know, that's one thing I could never do.
You don't want to.
You got two knobs.
Oh, wow, yes. Makes the Sabretooth attack too, I think.
Literally unconcerned.
I was too focused on killing and not focused on surviving. You only want the
Holy mother of Jesus, Apple.
I think I love it more than you think.
Hey, you chill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I dare you to try and do something about this.
Oh, did I just smack Jacob?
Oh, I'm going the wrong
I
way.
got pushed in.
Yeah, I got pushed it too.
Stop it. No.
No, spin.
We all saw that. Man.
No.
Oh,
So I don't get to play Hot Wheels Hustle. Okay.
Oh, I think I lose this.
I don't know. I think it's pretty hard to stop someone's. I'll pre-qualify. No, I got nothing to worry about.
Dude, watching you drive this with the money in your hat is killing me.
No, this guy looks like he's here to win.
I think I'm a first place secured.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just my pride, I guess.
I'm telling you, Mr. Monopoly gets a bonus.
Guys, I think Stumble Guys has gotta be my favorite.
Well,
It was me.
Oh!
Witness.
never mind.
No, I can hold my own ground on this. Yeah, I just have to take out one of you. And it's over.
I can't. This skin is
Oh my god, Colin.
No. And what you do with it? And what you do with this?
We need a team attack. Oh, come on. Get him.
Yes, let's go. Insane plays.
This skin.
Yeah, McWest.
Yes, you good one. I got my pad. We all got the volleyball.
I hate balls, man.
I wish I could be
Yeah.
my friend.
Can't really say I agree, but
I'm out. Yeah, first place again.
Yeah, second place again.
I thought, yeah.
I'll just put this one out there. Unlikely to stop me.
okay. What if you didn't hold up? What if you didn't hold up?
Like that? Like that?
Yeah. Maybe a little longer.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And you think that's gonna do something?
Jacob feels like a big villain at the end of an arc, at the most powerful. You think that's gonna stop me? Ow! Okay, I did it.
No, that will.
Oh god.
I fucked up.
Okay.
Okay.
I got way too confident on that one.
Oh,
This is good for a game.
I gotta stay the hell away from everyone. I'll take the hits. I will take the hits.
I like your ranking and set up.
It's like I opened up.
I'm literally going everyone else except for Jacob with these bananas.
No.
I hit the laser too.
Oh, I love to hear that. The less humans have the last games of that. I'll try my best to sort of play I'll tell them
I didn't know.
Oh, you cannot stop me here.
Hayden Smith, we literally just have to book it. Like, we just have to be fast. There's no point in holding it back.
No.
Don't hold him back.
Stumble Guy 7112 doesn't care about me.
Oh, you fuck.
I believe in you, Smith.
What the hell is going on right now?
Ruben. Okay, so let's check qualify. Okay, wait.
Okay, we literally just have to get him at the start.
This is my best game. Alright, I'm going right.
No, he's not going right. He's gonna. Oh, please.
He doesn't lie.
Call it, please. Call it.
The double space.
No. This is my win run.
Oh my god.
I know these shortcuts.
Come on, Hayden, you can catch up to him.
Dude, I'm so nervous.
This doesn't count?
Yeah, this is warm up. That was literally like the one map I was gonna say that.
Oh my god,
no
Sorry, nice try, everyone.
No way.
Nice try. So, yeah, I won. GG's. Don't forget to play Stumble Guys. Thank you to Stumble Guys for sponsoring this video. And creator code Alfred. Yep, I think that's it. Bye.
Cool, another one of these. Evelyn kills herself so quickly though. The most volatile front line ever. This is secretly an Evelyn hyper carry team. I'll keep that one. Sure.
How about the bee? Welcome back to another installment of Debunking Iraqi Forgot, where I go back and answer JoJo fans' questions that I haven't already covered. It's been a little while now, so I think I've been able to put together a nicely sized list this time. The first topic is related to Cars in Part 2. I've seen some people say that Cars' attitude towards nature was inconsistent. First, we see Cars doing selfless acts like stopping the drunk drivers from hitting the dog and avoiding landing on a flower when he's falling. People say this is contradicted by how he acts after becoming the ultimate being. He creates a squirrel and allows it to kill another squirrel. But while some people may say this is a contradiction, I would actually say this is the entire point of the character. Cars in some ways is not a completely evil person. And while he did horrible things, he did have an odd appreciation for nature and originally wanted to elevate his people above what he thought was their weakness. But the other Pillar Men knew the dangers from that, since they would eventually end up consuming all life on Earth, destroying the nature that Cars was seen protecting. Once Cars did get his dream and became the ultimate being, it circles right back around to him betraying his principles and no longer caring about nature. It's like how they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. Even good people are not free from the influence power has over them. A perfect example to match this would be what happened to Will Zeppeli's father. Even though he was a good man before, the power of the mask compelled him to murder 50 people and even try to kill his own son. For Cars, it's the same. His desire to become the ultimate being corrupted him and erased even the small amount of good that he had. For the next topic, this person asks how Smokey was able to say he knew Joseph for 6 months.
Yes, when a writer changes the way a character acts, that's not called inconsistency, that's called character development.
Wedding rings of death, which were said to dissolve into poison within 30 days. However, that only accounts for the time from when the rings were inserted to the battle with Wamu. The story had actually been going on for quite a while already before that started. According to Smokey's narration in the first chapter, he met Joseph in fall of 1938. At Joseph's funeral, we can see that it's 1939, meaning months had definitely already passed while Joseph knew Smokey, subtracting the 2 weeks between Cars' defeat and the funeral. There was also plenty of room for time to pass in the story. Joseph took the lengthy trip from New York to Mexico by motorcycle and then later traveled to meet Caesar. The JoJo 6251 art book also goes into some exact dates in the timeline. This same person had another question. They asked how Stroheim gave Joseph his metal hand if, according to the narration, they never saw each other again. But I think it should be pretty obvious that the narration is saying they never met again after their last meeting. According to Joseph, he got the hand from Stroheim, but may not see him again for a while because of the war. He ended up being right, and that's the last time that they met. The next question asks why Joseph didn't use Herman Purple to read the minds of Enya or Darby to learn about Dio's ability. In case you've forgotten, Herman Purple is actually capable of reading minds. According to a duel, he killed himself to prevent this from happening and inconveniencing Dio.
As for Enya, they actually do address this. Joseph says that he is planning on reading her mind and just needs a TV to project her thoughts into. Once they reach the next town, though, she was killed by Steely Dan. As for Darby, who was also confirmed to have knowledge of Dio's stand, he was driven insane by his loss and wouldn't be of much use after that. Next is a question I've seen from all over the internet, which asks where Dio got the knives that he used against Jotaro. I'm surprised this is such a common question since it's pretty easy to answer. Dio himself says that he grabbed them from the shop that Jotaro launched him into. The next question involves part 4. This person asks why they didn't just check the records Aya might have in her shop of her patients so they can track down where Kozaku Kawajiri lives. However, this doesn't really make any sense. Kawajiri wasn't a patient of Aya's, he was a random bystander with a similar build that Kira dragged off the street, so there wouldn't be any record of him having been at the salon. One question I've seen a lot asks why Rohan didn't use Heaven's Door to find out if Mikitaka was really an alien or not. Now the first and most obvious answer to this is that Rohan never really encountered Mikitaka enough in Part 4 to even know that he claimed to be an alien. The closest he came to really interacting with him was of course at the dice game, where he never really knew he was there at all. They were also both present for the ending, although they never exchange any dialogue or really interact whatsoever. What people are most likely thinking of here is an episode of the Thus Spoke Shibe Rohan OVA, adapting the chapter Mutsukabe Hill. Here a scene is shown of Rohan asking Mikitaka if he's really an alien, after which he starts explaining his story to him. Of course, this scene is something new that only exists in the anime adaptation. In the original manga, there is no such scene, and Mikitaka has yet to appear in any Thus Spoke Shibe Rohan chapters. Although even if we did consider this scene to be canon, it only shows the beginning of Mikitaka's explanation to Rohan, and cuts off before the conversation goes anywhere. So it's very possible that Rohan used Heaven's Door to learn the truth. It's just never shown on screen. Next is a comment I got in response to my Debunking Iraqi Forgot Part 4 video.
Here,
In that
I wanna
video,
try.
I answered a question about why Yuya Futagami didn't help track down Kira with his ability when he was able to track Koichi before. There I mentioned that there wasn't much of a window for them to actually do this, since Rohan discovered the potential identity of Kira almost immediately after Futagami became an ally. The comment says this isn't correct, since there could be plenty of time between episodes that isn't shown, leaving ample room for this to happen. What this comment doesn't seem to know is that the timeline of Part 4's events is laid out very clearly. According to the manga, Shigechi's death happened on June 24th. Later, when Kira had taken Kozaku's identity, it was said to be July 1st. A little while later, Futagami is introduced. What you may remember from watching the anime is how all these final arcs cross over. Rohan's encounter with Cheap Trick was happening simultaneously with the fight at the transmission tower and then the Enigma fight that first made Futagami into an ally. Kira was finally defeated on July 16th, so even if you're being really generous, there's barely any time at all for this idea to happen. For the next topic, one question says that after Shigechi died, all the stand users of Moria were able to feel that it had happened and met up. But later, when Rohan was killed by Bites the Dust, the other characters nearby didn't feel anything. This one's a real doozy since that first part about them feeling Shigechi's death is completely made up. At no point does anyone say that they could sense that Shigechi died. What actually happened here was Josuke got all of the stand users together and brought a picture of Shigechi to Reimi to confirm that he had died. The fact that he even had to confirm this with her pretty much dispels the idea of them sensing it. There have been times in the JoJo series where characters will sense the deaths or injuries of another. This happened in Part 3 when Enya felt the injuries of Jay Guile. However, this only happened because they shared a psychic link, something that Shigechi did not have with any of the other characters. Next is a comment I got asking about Star Platinum's strength. It says that even though Star Platinum is supposed to be extremely physically strong, it still struggles against people it should easily beat. As an example, he brings up Kira, and says that even though Kira was untrained, he was somehow fast enough to block Star Platinum's punches. However, this is not what happened at all. Jotaro absolutely curb-stomped Kira when they fought. The only reason Kira wasn't completely defeated here was because of Jotaro's injuries from sheer heart attack making him pass out. Next, this comment says that Kira's father shouldn't have been able to tell him about the Ghost Alley, since only stand users can enter the alley, and stands didn't start appearing in Morio until after Keicho got the arrow. This should be impossible. However, this comment has a really bad understanding of when stand users started appearing. Keijo and his arrow have absolutely nothing to do with Kira or his father. Yoshihiro Kira had his own arrow that he received from Enya years ago. This is the arrow that awakens stands in him and his son, and it's the whole reason Kira was able to get away with murders for so long. So that's plenty of time for Yoshihiro to have learned about the Ghost Alley and inform his son. The next comment has to do with the spin-off manga Crazy Diamond's Demonic Heartbreak. While this story isn't written by Araki, I do think this was a funny enough topic to include. If you don't already know it, this manga is set shortly before Part 4 and involves Cold Horse and Boingo traveling to Moria where they meet Josuke. I got a comment, however, that says its status as a prequel doesn't make any sense, since it was set in Part 4 that Crazy Diamond didn't have a name until Jotaro gave it one, and that furthermore, his stand didn't even have a full physical form other than an arm until he and Jotaro met. First of all, let me just get the name one out of the way. Unlike what this comment assumes, the manga doesn't conflict with this at all. They don't refer to Crazy Diamond by name since it doesn't have one yet. Even the marketing from before the manga started says that the story takes place before it was named. And second, this whole arm thing. This idea is also completely made up, and I have no idea where they could have gotten it from. There was simply no dialogue or any kind of information that suggests Crazy Diamond was only an arm before the story began. The next comment says that it was stated that all members of Passione are stand users, but for some reason Linky Iluka didn't have one. This seems to be a really common misconception since I've been seeing comments like this for years. However, the answer is quite clear. It was never stated at any point that all members of Passione have stands. Perhaps they're referring to the fact that Pulpo's test involves a stand arrow that likely evokes stands in many of the members. However, that test was done to let people work under Pulpo, like Bucciarati's team was. There are many different factions of Passione with likely many ways of joining. Even high-ranking members like the Capo Pericolo were shown to not have access to a stand ability. What some people are likely thinking of is the statement that all of La Squadra were stand users. However, as I said before, it was never suggested that this applies to all of Passione. One comment has to do with the fight against Black Sabbath in Part 5. It asks why the stands didn't just teleport into Giorno and Koichi's shadows to attack them. However, this is not how the stand works at all. It doesn't teleport, and it certainly couldn't move to a shadow that's by itself. Giorno or Koichi's shadows would have to touch a shadow that it has access to in order for it to enter them. We see this later when Black Sabbath takes advantage of a bird flying overhead to move with its shadow to come closer to them. The next topic has to do with the fight against Clash and Talking Head in Part 5. Before I answered a common question as to why Narancia couldn't just say the opposite of what he wanted so that the truth would come out. This is because Talking Head doesn't make you say the opposite of what you want to say, it makes you lie. If you were to purposefully lie while under the effects of Talking Head, nothing would happen and the lie would just come out normally. However, someone responded to this by saying that Narancia actually did do this, when he tricked the enemies by saying the opposite of what he meant and allowing Talking Head to reverse it. This isn't what happened at all, though. In this scene, Narancia purposefully says out loud that Squalo got away. However, this was a lie. He actually hadn't got away, and Narancia only said this to trick him into thinking he was safe. Just like I said before, he said a lie on purpose, and it came out as a lie, not as the truth. Next, this comment asks how Chocolata suddenly got his arm back during Giorno's beatdown, when moments before it was away holding Lisa hostage. This is another easy one since, as we can see, at no point does he actually get his arm back. It's missing for the entirety of the scene. What this person may be thinking of is the anime, which does make the error of having his arm suddenly reappear. Next, I got a comment asking how Versus was able to take Weather's memory disk from Gucci. This is just a memory of the disk and not the real one. However, this is not what happened at all. First, Versus looked at a memory of Gucci from a short time earlier. The memory is a perfect recreation of him, so it showed that the disk was in his pocket. Versus read the contents of the disk and realized why Gucci was hiding it. So later he took the disc from Gucci himself and sent it away to Weather. As Gucci explains, he grabbed the real disc when he was being launched away by Jolyne. I got another person commenting that talks about the moment right after Weather gets back his memory. They ask why Weather mentions that he's going by Weather Report now, when later we see in the flashback that people always called him Weather. While it is true that in the past Wes was called Weather as a nickname, he was not called the full name Weather Report. He wasn't called that until after he lost his memory, which is what he's referring to here. Next is a question I've been seeing a lot lately. I would say that since the release of the Part 6 anime, this is the biggest topic to be asked about. Some people are confused as to how Pucci was able to move and see inside of Jotaro's time stop shortly before he got made in heaven. The reason he can do this is because by having seen and reaching the coordinates laid out in the plan, Pucci had complete control over gravity.
Oh.
According to the Made in Heaven stat page, gravity and time are linked together.
Yeah, I was over
so having
confused.
complete control over gravity would give you control over time. Hence why Pucci was now able to move in time stop and why his stand evolved into a time-related one. The next comment asks about the final battle of Part 6. It says that since Diver Down was inside all of the characters to take damage for them, Jotaro shouldn't have been worried about the knives hitting Jolyne, since they would just hit Diver Down instead. However, this is ignoring the fact that Hanasumi was just killed after Pucci stabbed him with Stone Free's arm. Since he's dead, the stand would no longer be active to protect Jolyne. Next, I've gotten a few different comments asking how Emporio was able to make Pucci insert the weather report disc, when at this point, Pucci no longer has access to Whitesnake. However, at no point was it ever necessary to use Whitesnake to insert the disc. We saw before then many characters were able to insert and remove discs, and of course Jotaro had both discs inserted in him to save his life, so Pucci would not need Whitesnake to do this at all. Perhaps some people are confused as to why Pucci had to be the one to do it and assumed his stand must be involved. However, Whitesnake itself has nothing to do with that. As I've explained in other videos, Pucci was the only one in the new universe not controlled by fate, so to make a large change in fate like inserting the disc, Emporio needed Pucci to be the one to do it. This next comment asks how it's possible that Polnareff could find the needle arrow if in the new universe Pucci no longer exists. I honestly have no clue what could lead someone to think that these things had anything to do with each other. According to the comment, Pucci would never be able to travel to Egypt to leave the arrow there for Polnareff to find. Of course, this doesn't make any sense, since Dio was the one to bring the arrow to America from Egypt in the first place. Next, they say that if it weren't for Pucci leaving the arrow in a village, Polnareff wouldn't have been able to find it like we saw in Part 5. This also makes no sense, since the scene being described is from years later after Polnareff was crippled by Diavolo, when he's hiding out in an Italian farmhouse. In that scene, he explicitly mentions that the arrow displayed on the wall is one that he had previously discovered in Egypt, where it would be anyway whether Pucci received it or not. Finally, the commenter doesn't seem to remember Dio being involved in this at all, and wonders how Polnareff could have possibly found the arrow in Egypt if Pucci hadn't left it there. Of course, what actually happened was that Polnareff found this arrow in the 1990s when he and Jotaro investigated them by traveling to Dio's mansion in Egypt. Another comment I've gotten asks how thus spoke Shibeiramon is canon when its placement in the timeline conflicts with the ending of Part 6. The comment says that the chapter Hot Summer Martha takes place in 2021, while in Part 6 the universe ended in 2012, making this impossible. However, this comment seems to forget that at the end of Part 6, time continues in the new universe beyond 2012. This is connected to a bigger misunderstanding in the JoJo community when it comes to Part 6's ending. Some believe that all the people in the world were reborn into radically different lives as new people, much like the souls of the Part 6 main cast were at the end. However, this is not the case. After Emporio defeated Pucci, the timeline was reset a final time. As Emporio mentioned, he was fated to defeat Pucci since he and others were walking the path of justice. This is an idea also mentioned by Giorno at the end of Part 5. Fate rewards people who are just and punishes people who are evil and try to tamper with fate. Diavolo repeatedly avoided his fate by skipping time, but it all eventually backfired by leading to Giorno gaining Gold Experience Requiem to punish him. The same is true in Part 6. After Pucci tampered with fate by creating the new universe, fate self-corrected and rewarded the main characters in the new timeline, so their souls were reborn into better lives. When it comes to the rest of the world, though, we remain mostly the same. People like Rohan wouldn't be changed, which is why in the recent Rohan chapter set in the 2020s, he's the same Rohan we always knew. He and everyone else from the previous universe just now exist in the same universe as the reborn Part 6 characters. I've gotten some comments asking why after Johnny got Tusk Act 3, that he continues using Act 2 most of the time. Some have even claimed that other than his first appearance, Act 3 was not used ever again. First of all, Act 3 still saw plenty of use after its first appearance, so that second part is just wrong. But what I think people are not understanding here is that Act 3 is not just an upgrade of Act 2 that makes it obsolete. Act 3 has a very specific situational power that allows Johnny to enter his bullet holes. The only time it would be used is if Johnny wants to do that specific thing, and not just while he's normally shooting, which is what Act 2 is for. For Part 8, I've gotten a lot of comments asking how Kira was with the girl in his apartment as seen in the photo album. At that point, he had already fallen into the walleyes and become Josuke. However, people seem to be missing that Ojiro directly answers this question. These pictures aren't of Kira, but of Ojiro dressed up as Kira, which he did to frame him and make the woman believe that he was the one responsible. The next question involves the Johnny flashback from early in JoJo Leon. This comment asks how Johnny was able to use the golden rotation to remove the curse when he isn't on a horse. Well, as I'm sure you've already noticed from watching the video, he is on a horse. The next comment asks, how did the Rokkaku smuggling organization figure out the branches Josephine grafted onto the tree?
It clearly isn't the horse, it just looks like one.
Since Damo addresses this directly. He says that they noticed the tree had gotten heavier. At first they didn't think anything of it, since normally you'd only be suspicious if the tree had gotten lighter. However, the trick was revealed when the tree wilted away without bearing any fruit, which tipped them off to the fact that the actual branches had been stolen. Next, I've gotten a few comments asking about the fusion between Soft and Wet and Killer Queen done by the Walleyes. After the two stands fused, Soft and Wet gained some of Killer Queen's power, while if we look back at Whitesnake, after it fused with the Green Baby, it became an entirely new stand. Now, I'm kind of disappointed that I even have to point out how these two situations are not in any way comparable. The creation of Simu was a very specific process that involved inheriting Dio's will to create heaven from the Green Baby to cause the stand to undergo a transformation, while Josuke's Soft and Wet was created through the powers of equivalent exchange from the Walleyes and Fruit. The two processes couldn't be any more different. Another comment asks how Josuke got rid of the effects of the Rokkaku 625 At first he had rocks embedded in his face, but they eventually disappeared. This is actually just part of the effects of the serum itself. 6251 was a perfected version of the Rokkaku made for medicinal use. So instead of just immediately turning a piece of the body into stone, it makes the exchanged parts appear externally where they can crumble away. This happened after Josuke
Ian knew this wasn't a trap and died.
The rocks on his face simply washed off. This last question deals with a moment from the final chapter. They ask how it's possible that Daya is looking at the cave with a magnifying glass, when as we already know, Daya is blind.
Yeah.
However, this isn't really the case, and Daya is actually not completely blind. As we saw in the Vitamin C arc, she can just barely see things if she holds them close to her face. So with a magnifying glass, she may be able to see the cave as well. That's all the Araki Forgot topics for this video. Once I collect some more topics, I'll definitely make another, so feel free to comment with them or reply to the pinned comment underneath the video. I will ask, however, that you do not reply to other people with multiple messages in that thread, since it'll max out the reply limit. If you want to be updated on
the Teal Mask DLC has come out and rocked the already chaotic world of the post-Pokemon Home Scarlet and Violet metagame. In this video, we'll be exploring the most impactful changes made to existing Pokemon, seeing which ones were buffed the most, or the winners, and which ones were nerfed the most, or the losers. We've got a top 3 of both categories, and in addition, we'll be covering a few extras that weren't quite significant enough to make the final
May as well keep mining. Oh damn it.
The honorable and dishonorable mention. It's important to mention that in this video specifically, we are not covering brand new Pokemon like Ogerpon, as they did not have any previous existence to measure their status against. That'll be for another video. However, new forms of existing Pokemon are fair game. Now without further ado, let's jump right into the winners and losers of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's Teal Mask DLC. We're starting off with a pair of Generation 4 ground type, neither of which were seen in Gen 8, but now have immediately made an impact of upon their return in Gen 9. On one hand, we have Gliscor, which has never been anything
I'm
less
mysterious.
than an OU staple and has even ventured into movement on occasion. On the other, we have Cortera, which has never had any OU viability whatsoever. The closest it got.
Wait, I don't think this ever happened in my previous playthrough. I have a message for you from a certain someone. It's a little long, but please hear me out. Thank you. Let me go look at the walkthrough again and see if there's anything I should be worried about in particular in this dungeon. It's a heartwarming story of a brother and sister from long ago. I know exactly who these are. You know the old tale about white light descending on the world before Armor Road prospered, right? They say that light fell on all the people and healed everyone it touched. Most would call it a fairy tale for children, but not the sister. She longed for that light. The brother swore to fulfill his weak sister's wish, promising her he would one day find it. But the brother disappeared, not long afterwards sending the sister into a deep sorrow. Then she thought, maybe my brother went in search of that light for me. And thus, the sister resolved to join the search for the porcelain offering she yearned for. But she could find neither her brother nor the offering. All she found was this. Oh, that's new. She wants you to have this and keep it at your side. The story likely means little to you, but it's not important that you understand. Well then. Oh, I understand it clearly. B14 2A for a candlestick. That seems to be the best reward for that one rather than buying anything from Napier. Oh shit, I need to go to the deep city. I want you to take this. It's most likely in the Abyssal King's best interests. He once searched for a porcelain offering. He said he promised the loved one he would find it. The porcelain offering is formed from starry crystals. My liege gathered them in his spare time. But that was long ago. The Abyssal King has forgotten everything but his struggle. That is why I don't think he'll need this any longer. Still, I feel that my liege always regretted never being able to give this to his loved one. So take it with you. That is all. There we go. Those are important. The Jeweler's Request, that's what this is called. Where the hell is this? Can be mined from the third strat. You know, let me go back and make a save first. Getting kind of tired of this music. I think I'll switch back to the original. I can't believe I chose both of the wrong choices. I said I wouldn't promise to keep it secret, and then I lied. It's still so funny. Anyway, this will be very quick. Let me make another save just in case.
Whatsoever. The closest it got was a couple of die-hard Gen 4 fans theory crafting sets that didn't actually work. Yes, Rock Polish Torterra might be threatening, but it lacked the power boost it needed to break through both your Pokemon. What about using Rock Polish and Swords Dance then? Well, in that case, you would lack Stone Edge's coverage and become completely ruined by the plethora of flying types that would stuff both its stabs, as well as really lacking any tools to hit opposing grass types. What it really needed was a move that was both Swords Dance and Rock Polish at the same time, and no, Dragon Dance wouldn't be a sufficient compromise, as it still
Where's the mod managers?
Well, come Generation 9,
that's a Jack Frost, right? Why?
Long overdue for it. Given the
I mean, yeah, Atlas made the game, and Sega published it. Well, the original was self-published, but I guess Atlas is an affiliate of some kind for Sega nowadays. Huh. The Yakuza games, which is Sega published, I'm pretty sure are made by Atlas as well.
Most of the popular Pokemon around. Torterra is on the niche side, as it offers next to no defensive utility and only really gets one shot at its sweep, which can still be disruptive since Torterra's low speed leaves it outside by choice starters even after a boost. It doesn't seem like there's much likelihood of it being OU once the knowledge
I think if I'd make an icon for the mod manager, it would be Yggdrasil. The tree that's ever present in all the Make-you games, as they're called in Japanese, I guess, if you want to be cringe. Although honestly, I'd argue it's more cringe the fact that they changed the name anyway for... Although they did technically just kind of translate the name from Japanese to English.
Marks for the first time Gliscor has appeared in a generation without hidden power. It was theorized that without hidden power iced around, it would be Bandy.
Cultural appropriation is a whole topic that's very political that I'd rather not talk about, so I'll stop there. Anyway, we're back to the normal music. Yeah. I honestly prefer this song over what the OST remix thing was using. Let me just listen to it for a bit. The Innkeeper is surprisingly much nicer to me this time around, even though I chose not to side with them.
Incredibly well when relying on Protect to extract as much recovery as possible from its poison deal, as demonstrated in Gen 5. In Black and White 1, it couldn't use Boost alongside Poison Deal, and still had amazing longevity, as well as often preferring to use Protect as its healing, even when Bruce became available to it in Black and White 2. But losing Bruce meant it's no longer able to pull off some of its trademark heroics that were so common.
Sure, I opened another pack of Nagaraya without thinking.
In Generation 6 and 7, where it would boost skull entire teams, as it boosted repeatedly in ways that could not be replicated with Protect. With this in mind, to the removal of hidden power alone, really
I only have a little bit of time left, but maybe I'll play a little longer. I actually recently re-downloaded RenPython, or RenPy for short as it's called more commonly, because we were using Java in the first year, but now that I'm in the second year of my college for computer science, we're actually using Python now. And I remembered about RenPy and I thought, why not? It's a good excuse to get me making games again and learn a bit of Python outside of school on my free time. However much free time I get these days. Hey, I get to feel a bit more productive about my days. Action and Odyssey isn't as fun anymore. I will still be playing the other games, but I want to continue enjoying this game just a little while longer, even though the initial hype is gone now that I've finished the game once. Enough about me and getting sappy in my personal life. Let's get back to the dungeons. Wrong place.
Which is why it is the lowest so-called loser on this list. But the fact is, it did experience a significant drop-off from its previous line of the metagame, where it could just about do nothing wrong. Great Tusk's newfound problems are multifaceted. First of all, as mentioned previously, it does not care for Gliscor's presence, as it appears toxic and is not rapid spin, meaning it's easier to burn down passively, unless it chooses to run heavy-duty moves as its item. Gliscor's negative impact on Great Tusk goes beyond that, though. If Great Tusk doesn't want Gliscor switching into it, and you do not want Gliscor coming in for free any more than is absolutely necessary, then it is forced to run Ice.
Nice job, Emily. I've always wanted to take a farmer out as a main team and just use them for general exploration rather than just for mining. And hey, I can finally do it. Granted, it's during New Games Plus where I'm overpowered as all fuck. But hey, I did it. I am still hell-bent on trying to complete that farmer challenge. But right now I want to try getting the true ending first. Sometimes, I just really hate myself. It's 11 PM anyway. I just need to safe stroll and There we go.
And yet, now that it once again threatens opponents with burn, it's worse than it was before. Yes, strange though it may seem.
Sunrise should be more than enough time.
Utterly insane power creep just added to a generation that was already
There we go.
at the season.
There we go.
Pokemon Smoking had previously done quite well against, is now able to harass and take advantage of it freely with knockoff and flip turn. Speaking of increased flip turn distribution, this has also turned one of Smoking's previous best matchup, Rain, on its head, as it also and Bastion Legion's
I want to make another team. One with Umag and Teosra. I want to try making Teosra hyper carry.
Furthermore, the most powerful metagame defining threat is just blow it away. Each Ogrephon form, Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and of course the tier shredding Manaphy. You know what players use instead of Smoking?
Eos for instant killing, I guess.
Much better against the metagame at large. Smoking is far from
As well as a provoke for Umag. Since she isn't V3, she can't do that on her own.
Previously, Ursaluna was a superb physical attacker, thanks to its huge attack boosted further by guts and
Either I bring Mara or Eos.
to say nothing of the absurd overkill of Source Dance. It was truly unwallable. As a bonus, it also had an amazing physical wall and wasn't a complete pushover on the special side either, thanks to its utterly
I'll try Eos Cadathilin. Umag already
still on the niche side though, finding itself in UU.
covers a lot of stuff. Would be nice if you had Adnihalo. 5 more levels. So I need to get until to level 61.
Alright, so between its lower HP and lower special defense, it's not taking special hits nearly as well. Or so you think. But that's the trick. Bloodmoon easily fixes
Bandongo Muniad is quite the attack. It's literally every physical damage in one.
Alright, sure you're thinking, but what's the big deal? Its special attack is actually slightly lower than Ursaluna's attack, and it's boosting less with Combine than it would with Source Dance, and it doesn't have a power boosting ability. So what gives? Several things. First of all, Bloodmoon is Ursaluna's polar opposite in terms of longevity, whereas Ursaluna wears itself
I
down
can make Umag rest.
and the headlock rush that's one of its strongest offensive weapons. Bloodmoon uses Combine alongside max HP and defense.
Honestly, I kinda regret leveling up these skills. They don't really do much, and I don't really need them leveled up.
What about Ursaluna's power? Well, putting aside for a second the fact that Ursaluna's incredible wall makes it ridiculously easy for it to improve local boost. It has absolutely no issues with power. Its main stab attack is the signature move its form is named for. Bloodmoon, a normal move which clocks in at an absolutely stupefying 140 base power. Neither even resists after a boost. No chance to dodge it either. And it's got 100%
Eos can double.
Okay, any drawbacks? Well, it can't be used twice in a row, so Bloodmoon's got to wait one turn, which is the easiest thing in the world for it to
I just realized I don't have a summoner, which I really like the Wildling.
Become invulnerable for a turn, then blast something else. It's so bulky after Combine, it doesn't exactly fear getting attacked either, and thus doesn't need to run.
Feels like a waste at this point to not bring a summoner and fill in the empty slot that's always present in a team. But hey, apparently Eos can just clone herself, which is actually really amazing. I want to do it.
Sometimes it'll terrestrialize into a fairy type too, just to have one of the best defensive typings in the game, turning its fighting weakness into a fighting resist, and sometimes it'll even turn into a poison type to maintain that fight resist, while also becoming immune to toxin, removing any shot of stalling it out that way. And it doesn't even have to worry about becoming immune to Life Source Earthquake, since it's so bulky it takes a pulsing 30% anyway. Bloodmoon Ursaluna is absolutely absurd, and frankly, nobody should be surprised to see it banned from OU in the near future. Before we get to the #1 winner and loser, we quickly have some honorable honorable mentions for both categories. Empoleon leads off the honorable mentions category, receiving several amazing new tools. The momentum of Flip Turn, the fog punishing special attack boost is competitive, and at long last, the reliable recovery of Bruce. It's particularly excellent in its ability to completely stifle Walking Wing. Alomomola and Walking Wing itself also are notable Flip Turn recipients, while Alomomola additionally receives Skull and Wing Gun knockoff. Speaking of knockoff, several notable dark types receive the move. Roaring Moon, Hydreigon, and yes, Tyranitar. Maybe this is the tool Pokemon's Godzilla needs to start working its way back up to the tiering rung in this post-Christmas world. Finally, in the spirit of Torterra being OU, however temporarily that might wind up being, we must also mention Furret. Yes, Furret, a Pokemon famously highlighted as one of the worst competitive choices in our video on it, which is a crying shame given how adorable it is. But now it is actually OU. Don't get too excited and didn't get any buffs. Oh, I got Tiny Up, which is an amazing move, but not nearly enough to compensate for being, Furret. It's just a matter of it being a newly released Pokemon.
Second Wind Applin can actually take great use of as a limit.
And when others see Furret as a genuine OU Pokemon, they get excited and use Furret themselves. It surely won't last, but seeing Furret actually in the standard metagame is a delightfully goofy change of pace. As for the dishonorable mentions, Knockoff has regained widespread distribution, and yet despite being given to its fellow Unova Genies in Thundurus and Tornadus, Landorus has been deprived of the blue for some reason. Soul 2 has Toxapex, which has also been deprived of the newly returned Skull, and the Flip Turn that was given to so many
This team is surprisingly lacking in elemental infusion.
are truly being on the losers list, but they do bear mentioning. The biggest loser is, of course, another former OU Titan. Fable is still a decent Pokemon in the tier, but it is nowhere near its previous metagame blue status. Surely it can't be a matter of power creep alone, right? Fable's made a career out of underwhelming CP stats beating high power folks. You'd be right, it's not that at all. And the fact that it had a bunch of crucial utility moves hacked away from its move pool. No more aromatherapy or Kill Bell, okay? That's a flow moves arguably the most essential thing, so it's manageable. No more teleport, that's more brutal to be sure, but still fine. No more soft boil, no, that's too much. Wait, you say, recovery moves got nerfed to 8 PP this generation, and Fable still has Moonlight. What's the problem? Moonlight has its recovery percentage slashed in rain or snow, and those two weathers just happen to be everywhere, especially snow. Thanks to the newly added Alola Ninetales, which has incredibly high usage, as well as chilly reception Galarian Snow King. Wait, Fable can also heal when you itch, which can also heal its teammates. Yes, that's true, but Fable is forced to rely on a 2-turn slot recovery for itself. It becomes a lot more exploitable. Clef is much less able to take on opponents now, which hurts its ability to support its team. It still gets the job done quite well, but it's nowhere near the overwhelming force it was prior. And for that reason, it is the #1 loser on this list. Excalibur was already an arguably broken beast previously, thanks to the strength of its snow-based set with substitute Dragon Dance, Ice Compact, and Earthquake. It would take advantage of the snow, providing it a valuable defense boost, while also activating its Ice Body ability, meaning it healed huge amounts of health per turn, alongside leftovers. And of course, it was incredibly easy to both set up snow and get it on the field thanks to chilly reception, Slow Kick, both Johto and Galar. However, the new addition of Alola Ninetales has really taken this set to utterly ludicrous extremes, as in addition to snow, it also provides Aurora Veil, meaning Excalibur becomes absolutely unkillable on the physical side, while having its special defense boosted as well. It was basically akin to fighting Zygarde complete with Poison Heal, except Excalibur packed immediate destructive power far beyond Zygarde's C's reach. #1 and #2, it was actually slightly physically bulkier than Zygarde's C, at least with
All the
Aurora
fights.
Veil active. Its ult was so utterly absurd, if you wanted to, you could invest in enough bulk to have its substitute survive bulky Great Tusk's close combat. Yes, that fighting attack would deal a whopping 24.9% max. This wasn't actually necessary since you were going to dominate Great Tusk anyway, but it serves as an incredible example.
At least Applin doesn't have to be alone anymore being the lower level.
Of course, the addition of Alola Ninetales wasn't the only major boost for Excalibur.
Yeah, I guess should get these back since they're really nice. Since she doesn't have a way of binding. I'll get these first before I get Hawk Strike.
Stronger than the Dragon Staff Excalibur had previously dropped opponents with Flame Rush. With the speed boosting, mega powerful skill shot taking Flame Rush's place, Excalibur no longer had the need to run Dragon Dance. It could instead run Swords Dance to make itself even more absurdly strong. Excalibur was brute force through its unmatched capabilities of outspeeding and obliterating everything. And as if that wasn't enough, the fact that opponents had to contend with Sub DD and Skill Shot SD made it even scarier. Skill Shot SD was the more popular one, thanks to Skill Shot's self-sufficiency in both attacking with incredible power and boosting speed, making it easier for Excalibur to instantly threaten opponents. The overwhelming presence of its set, forcing opponents to take into consideration, actually helped make Sub DD even scarier. And that variant was hard enough to deal with as it was without the part where you didn't even know it might be that set. Some players referred to Excalibur as effectively a shadow tag Pokemon because of how it forced kills whenever it hit the field. If you switch and allowed it just one turn of setup, you probably lost. That's how obscene it was. You had to keep your Pokemon on the field just to prevent that free setup, and thus Excalibur would just collect a free kill. Well, and then there was the fact that there was Snow and Aurora Veil support it was set up against you no matter what. It was hilarious in how ridiculously it smashed everything. Why are we talking about Excalibur in the past tense given how recent this whole thing is? Well, Excalibur was so ridiculous, it had already been banned through OU. Surprising absolutely nobody and earning it without a shadow of a doubt. It spawned as the #1 winner of the Teal Mask DLC. And that's it. Obviously, with as many additions and changes as the Teal Mask DLC brought to the table, there are plenty more Pokemon that could have been mentioned here. Plus, the order of these things can be quite subjective, though in our opinion, it's pretty impossible to argue against Excalibur. Either way, let us know in the comments if you think there were any Pokemon that could have been mentioned, or should the order of these Pokemon have been different, and why. We look forward to reading them, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, if you like the video and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe to Full Sweat Gaming for Pokemon content. And thank you so much for your patience for continuing to support our videos, and thank you to everyone else watching as well.
Why would her defense become lower?
And follow my crew on these social media platforms. And that's all I got. See you next time, everyone.
What does the Dota Nuki need for enhancements? Damn it. Yeah, whatever. am I supposed to go? Get the best reward? B14 2A Candlestick. Ah, it's here. I just realized I can already go to the next floor, can I? I'm the best. Did I set the limits? Alright.
This has been a mod I have been wanting to do for a very long time. Basically, the idea is we are Bowser. I know it doesn't show me as Bowser right now. Just give it a second. The idea of today's stream is we are playing through the entirety of Super Mario Odyssey as Bowser. I don't know how much of the game is going to be possible as Bowser. Like, there might be little things here like this where I just have to, do that real quick. Bowser can't interact with it, but we're going to be seeing how much of the game you can beat as Bowser. Alright, it's time to take on Topper. Let's see how this goes. He doesn't stand a chance! I am unstoppable! Too easy! Alright, on our way to Cascade Pickup. Alright, so normally here at the beginning of the game, we capture the Chain Chomp, but I don't think we need to. Wait, I just clipped into it! He's too big, he just grabs the moon. I was planning on, breaking the rock, but I guess I don't even need to do that. Alright, there we go, we're free. It's time for the Madame Brutal fight. Alright, let's see how this works. Wait, there we go. I thought I broke it for a second. We just knocked him back. She literally doesn't stand a chance. That was way too easy. So, you're normally supposed to do this with a dinosaur, but I have a feeling Bowser's gonna work
I have a
fine
feeling.
for it.
Area, I would enjoy something like that, but nope.
Really good at this. What the heck? Easy food. Alright, let's get out of here. This sand kingdom. Wait, what's that?
Okay.
Wait, how does he look from the front? That looks so silly. Wait, I'm gonna miss the bird now. I'm gonna miss the bird.
Nice, I thought it was gonna be too
So
enough.
now
That's why.
that we're in Sand Kingdom, I sort of just want to see what Bowser can do. Like, can I jump high enough to get this spoon still? Yup, that was pretty easy. Oh my god, it's just so easy to get moves like this. I am, literally...
As usual, E is the best.
We gotta make it to the top of the tower, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to do pyramid flip like this. I feel like I have to be able to, skip this. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. No, I was so close. You can definitely make this. This is hard. I know how 80% speedrunners feel now. Come on, come on. Yes, I did it! There we go. Dude, I knew it had to be possible. Alright, grab the checkpoint. I want to see if we can speedrun this a little bit. No, I got this. This can work. 100% I can do the auto scroller skip. Oh, he just breaks it anyways. He's too fat. Alright, well, I guess we're doing this the long way. Wait, I can pick up purples like this? Wait, what? Well, that's new. That's definitely unintended behavior right there. Alright, let's grab you. Alright, one more. Wait, can I get the fireball? Yeah, let's go. Into the inverted pyramid we go. This should be doable.
Not bad.
There we go.
I should store the pepper box as
over a
well.
little Bowser spray over Mario. And then it'll be like nothing changed in 2D. No one will notice. Can I make this jump? I can. I definitely. There's no way I can't do it. Ow. No, you can make that. I believe you. Oh, come on. Take damage first, and then slide up the tree. It's harder than it looks.
Alright, Moon told me, apparently we're playing Resident Evil now.
Yes, this is what I need.